Welcome to this episode of Sridhar on Selling. Salespeople generally like talking. They are very often garrulous. And they also like the other party to talk. They like debating, they like discussions, they like scoring points, and they enjoy this bout, words. One kind of buyer that salespeople are very uncomfortable with is the buyer who is quiet. It happens ever so often. It happens one-on-one meetings. It happens in a retail situation. It happens in a presenting to a board. There are 5 people in the room. 4 are showing interest. 1 person is quiet. The salesman gets disturbed. In a boardroom where there are 5 people to whom you are presenting, 4 are showing interest, they are asking questions, they are debating. 1 person is quiet. He doesn't ask questions, he doesn't seek any clarifications, and this disturbs the salesman. He thinks that this guy is not going to buy from me. My dear friends, you can be absolutely wrong in this. There are many reasons for a person to be quiet. He could be an introvert. She could be weighing the pros and cons. She could be analyzing. She could be looking at something other than what you've been mentioning. Let's say you are a real estate salesman. You are showing something to a client, a 3-bedroom flat, talking of this, that, and the other. There's a taxi stand nearby, there's a school nearby, a hospital nearby, chemists are close by, and all kinds of things. You're going on, and the buyer is quiet. He's perhaps thinking, how many years EMI should I go for? He's perhaps thinking whether his aged mother would be comfortable living in a flat, leaving her spacious house somewhere else. He doesn't voice this. But if you're a smart salesman, don't get unnerved by a quiet buyer. A taciturn buyer could have an analytical mind, but he also sends signals in terms of his body language, the eye contact. He seems pensive. These are signals that you must watch and also respect it and acknowledge it by being quiet yourself. Very often salespeople go on an overdrive when they see a silent buyer. They go on giving more and more information, thereby exposing themselves to perhaps tricky questions at a later point of time. Respect the person's individuality, and in a group kind of a situation, he could perhaps be the most effective person in the room in terms of being the decision maker. I have seen this very often. The chairman of the company doesn't speak much. The managers, the executives, they go on speaking to make an impression on the chairman. But the chairman has been quiet all along, watching this battle between you and his team of executives, would perhaps be the decision maker. So friends, learn to respect the quiet buyer. They bring immense value to the table. They are the persons who really analyze a good deal and perhaps could be your strongest support. How do you handle a silent buyer? Ask open-ended questions to elicit information. As I said, don't go on the overdrive, giving too much information. When you ask open-ended questions, you are able to get to the bottom of what is bothering him or what are his major concerns. Once you know what the major concerns are, you can sell. You can address those concerns only and not use your original well-rehearsed spiel. A taciturn customer, a quiet customer, a silent customer looks at custom-made solution. He doesn't want one size fits all. Keep that in mind. Answer the questions, show him respect, And most importantly, very often we think that a silent customer is not going to buy from you. This puts you on the back foot immediately. You assume that this person is not going to buy from me, and you become desperate in selling to him. Don't get into that mood. A silent buyer, at the cost of repetition, I'll tell you, is perhaps more valuable than a garrulous buyer. He opens your mind to analyze your own product, the service, the value offering that you are proposing. So keep that in mind. Enjoy selling. Enjoy selling not only to talkative people, not only to buyers who are open-minded, but also to silent, quiet, introverted, philosophical buyers. Happy selling. Keep watching Sridhar on Selling. Subscribe and forward it to your friends. Thank you very much.